Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a really easy little bracelet today, and I'm going to use some of the beads that came in the most recent GGC's treasure bag that I got. She put out two different bags again this time. One was called Sunrise and the other one was called Sunset, and I got the one called Sunset. I'll put a link in the corner of this video and in the description box below to the video I did where I opened this bag and went over everything that came in it. It's just amazing the amount of beads and findings you get in one of these bags. It's just a really tremendous value. And since it's not a subscription that you can sign up for, she only puts these bags out once every other month or so, and there's only a limited number of them. The best way to try to get one is to go to her website and get on her email notification list. That way when she's about to release another bag or bags, she'll send you an email and let you know, and that way you can be ready and hopefully get yourself one if you want one. I'll put a link to her website in the description box below too in case you want to do that. I'm going to be using the 5.5 by 4mm light peach electroplated faceted column beads that came in the bag. I'm going to be using one of the toggle clasps that came in the bag, and I have a couple of wire guardians and a couple of 4mm jump rings. I'm using some Miyuki 11.0 Duracoat galvanized gold seed beads, and then I have a couple of 8.0 of the gold seed beads that I'm going to use when I put my clasp on. I've got a size 12 beading needle. I'm going to be using my 6-pound fire lining crystal. I'll be using my pliers to put my clasp on at the end, and my scissors and my scissors and thread burner to cut and burn down my fire line. I found these little scissors at Walmart. They're in the fishing department. They're called Rapala, I guess is the brand name on them there. And I really like these. They seem like they cut the fire line a whole lot better, and they last longer than those little nippers that I usually buy, because they're especially made to cut fishing line. I'll put a link to them in the description box below. You can probably find them at your local Walmart. They're not at my local Walmart because I live in a very, very tiny town, and it's just a miracle we even have a Walmart. And the one we do have is not a big one. It's not a super center or anything like that. The county over, though, the county next to ours does have a bigger Walmart, and these are in the fishing department at that Walmart. So that's where I get them, and they probably are at your local Walmart too, but I'll put a link to them in the description box below in case you can't get them locally and you want to buy them online or something. They're like, I think they're $3.78 or something, but they seem to last a lot longer than those little nippers that I usually buy. I think that's everything. I'll put links to everything I can find links for in the description box below, everything that didn't come in the bag. So hold on, I'll get some of these beads out of the way and I'll be back. Okay, I've got some of my beads out here now. I've got my column beads, my 11.0s, and I've got one of my 8.0s and one of my wire guardians because I'm going to put it on right away. I have a stop bead, and I'm leaving about a 6-inch tail, just enough to put a needle on and sew it in later. And I've got 3 of my column beads with 11.0s between each one. So 3 column beads and 3 11.0s. Now I'm just going to sew back around all these beads again. Turn them into a little triangle there. I'm going to sew around till I'm coming back out of that column bead past my stop bead. That's what I'm going to attach my wire guardian to. Now I'm going to push my stop bead out of the way here. I'm going to put my wire guardian on, so I'm going to pick up 3 11.0s, my 8.0, and my wire guardian. Bring all that down here to my beads. I'm going to go down the other channel of my wire guardian, back into the 8/0 under the wire guardian, and hold my thread over the wire, or my finger over the wire guardian so the thread will land in the channel. Make sure there's no slack in my thread. Now I started coming out this side of this column bead. I'm going to pick up 3 more 11/0s and go on the other side of it. Like that. Now I'm going to go back up these 3 11/0s, the 8/0 under the wire guardian and the wire guardian. Now I'm going to come down the other side of the wire guardian, back into the 8/0, and down the other 3 11/0s on the other side. I'm going to hold my finger over the wire guardian. Now I'm going to go back around this one more time, but this time I'm going to go around all the way back around my unit, and I'm going to pick up 2 11/0s and go into this 11/0 here and that next column bead to kind of fill in that little gap there. Like that. Stop bead and stop thread is in my way. Now I'm going to go into this 11/0. Back up this column bead and into the 11/0 on this side of it. And now I'm going to pick up 2 11/0s to fill in that little gap like I did on this other side. I'm going to pick up 2 11/0s and go up these 3 11/0s, the wire or the 8/0, and back into the wire guardian. Back down the other channel of the wire guardian, back into the 8/0. And now I'm going to back down these other 3 11/0s, the 2 11/0s I added. And now I'm going to sew back around here until I'm coming out of this 11/0 here. I'm going to go into this 11/0 in the column bead. And I'm going to come out this 11/0 here at this tip. So that's what I've got so far. So now I'm going to pick up 3 11/0s, one of my column beads, and 3 more 11/0s. I'm coming out of the top of that 11/0, I'm going to go on the bottom of it. And now I'm going to sew around all that again. Go down these 3 11/0s. Back into my column bead. Back into these 3 11/0s. Back into my connecting 11/0. Back down these 3 11/0s. I'm going to come back out my column bead. Now I'm going to pick up an 11-0 column bead, and 11-0. And I don't know what that is. That's not some kind of random bead that got in there. And another column bead, and another 11-0. And I'm going to go on the other side of this column bead. Now I'm going to go around all that again. Go back to this one that I started in. Now I'm going to sew around all of it again. Until I'm coming out this little 11-0 right here on the side. Now I'm going to pick up 2 11-0s to fill in that little gap there. I'm going to go into these 3 11-0s and the connecting 11-0. And I'm going to go back down these 3 11-0s. And pick up 2 11-0s to fill in the, I found a silver 11-0 and 2 silver 11-0s in my gold beads. Pick up 2 11-0s to fill in this little gap here. I'm going to go into this 11-0 and down into the column bead. So that's what I got now. Now I'm going to come out this 11-0 here at the tip. Pick up 3 11-0s. That's a 15-0. I get my beads all mixed up. 3 11-0s. Column bead. 3 11-0s. Coming out the top of that 11-0, I'm going to go on the bottom of it. I'm going to go around all that again. Down these 3 11-0s. Into the column bead. Into the 3 11-0s on this side. And into the connecting bead. Down the 3 11-0s on this side. Don't get caught around my whole piece. Back into the column bead. And pick up 11-0. Column bead, an 11-0, column bead, and an 11-0. Go on the other side of this column bead. Sew back around all that again. Back into my connecting column bead here. Or, I don't know if it's a connecting column bead, but it's the first one there. Now I'm going to go back around all this again. Until I'm coming out that 11-0 there. I'm going to pick up 2 11-0s to fill in that little gap there. I'm going to go into these 3 11-0s and the connecting 11-0. I'm going to come down these 3 11-0s. Pick up 2 more 11-0s to fill in the little gap on this side. Go into that 11-0 and the column bead. So that's what I've got now, and I'm going to come out this 11-0 here at the tip. Now I'll do one more and then I'll do the rest of it off camera. So I'll pick up 3 11-0s. Column bead and 3 11-0s. Coming out of the top of that 11-0, I'm going to go on the bottom of it. I'm going to go around all that again. These 3 11-0s. Column bead, the 3 11-0s on this side, and the connecting 11-0. Back down these 3 11-0s. Back into my column bead. Now pick up an 11-0, column bead, 11-0, column bead, and an 11-0. We'll go into the other side of this column bead. I'm going to sew around all that again. The 11-0 with the column bead. The 11-0, the column bead. The 11-0, column bead I started in. Now I'm going to sew around until I'm coming out of this 11-0 here. So I'm going to go into this 11-0, this column bead, this 11-0, this column bead, and this 11-0. And pick up 2 11-0s to fill in that little gap there. I'm going to go into these 3 11-0s. And the connecting 11-0. I'll come down these 3 11/0s. Pick up 2 11/0s to fill in this little gap here. Go into that 11/0, that column bead, and come out this 11/0. So that's what I've got now. So I'm just going to keep doing that till I get the length that I want. And then I'll come back and put the wire guardian on this other side because it'll be a little bit different because I'll be connecting it to this 11/0 where I connected it to the column bead up here. And I have not yet figured out exactly how I'm going to do that. But I'll figure it out and I'll come back and show y'all how I do it. So I'll be back. Okay, I've got the length that I want now. So now I'm going to put on the other side of my wire guardian. And I think I'm just going to make one of these little rectangle or diamond shaped units like I make a lot. So I'm going to pick up 4 11/0s. Coming out of the bottom of that 11/0, I'm going to go on the top of it. Now I'm going to go up the first 11/0 that I just put on. Pick up an 11/0. Go into the next 11/0. Now I'm going to pick up my 8/0. Go into the next 11/0. And then pick up an 11/0. Go into the next 11/0 and the connecting 11/0. Make a little diamond like that. Now I'm going to sew up here to my 8/0. Now I'm going to take my wire guardian and I need to squish him in. I've not squished him in yet. Very gently because it's very easy to destroy these. Okay, now I'm going to pick up my wire guardian. Come down the other channel of my wire guardian. Hold my finger over the wire guardian. And then go back in the other side of my 11/0. My 8/0. And put my wire guardian on like that. Now I'm going to go back around all that. I think I got my thread through there somehow. Now I'm going to go back around my wire guardian. Back into my 8/0. So now I'm going to go around that one more time, and then I'm going to go down through here and tie 3 half-inch knots, and then I'll put my clasp on, and then when I get back we'll see what I've got. So I'll be back. Okay, there's my little bracelet made with some of the beads from the latest GGC's treasure bag that I got. It's not at all hard to do, and it works up pretty quickly. Let me put it together and I'll get it up here so you can see it better. So that's what it looks like. Like I said, if you think you might want to get one of Gina's next treasure bags that she releases, it would be a good idea to go to her website and get on her email notification list. And that way she'll send you an email and you'll know the next time she's about to release her bags. And hopefully get yourself one if you want one. And I'll put a link to her website in the description box below. I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care.